That's not going to happen. Good evening and welcome to J.J. Isaacson Field at Seymour Smith Park for Tuesday night baseball here on the Corn Belt League Network. Jaden Taylor alongside Max Coughlin. We got two 0-1 teams here. One team looking for their first win in franchise history. The Cropdusters, a new team this season, trying to get on the winner board, going up against the Bombers. Two teams that I think pitching is going to be the biggest thing we're going to be talking about here through the rest of the season for them, but both looking for the first win of this season.
Yes, sir, Jaden. A great day to be back here at Seymour Smith Park for the second day in a row. Beautiful day here at Seymour Smith Park, even though we have a chance of rain in the next coming hours. But so far for the first game, beautiful, partly cloudy skies with a nice little sunny 81 degrees. Should be a great day for the first game of baseball. Coming on for the second game, trying to beat that rain. I don't know what time. There's about 70% chance so far at 8 o'clock, but trying to get that game going right underway as this game ends. But it should be a good day.
Yeah, most likely able to get this first game in. It'll be a little weary to see if we will have our 8 p.m. matchup. We will give you updates throughout the night on some of the weather patterns. We're looking here at the Cropdusters defensively here today. On the mound is number 33, Anthony Comfort. Comfort works a 5-pitch mix, is going to see a lot with the 4-seam fastball, and will go away with the curve. Does also mix a little bit of the 2-seam action, really more of a sinker will dive in. Also works a little bit of a slider as well. Around the defensive side at third base from third to first, we'll see Logan Davis at first, Jack Tilton at short, Dakota Hogan at second, Blake Peabody at first. Out in the outfield from left to right, Caleb Copeland, Thatcher Colzel, and Easton Burns. And behind the dish for the Cropdusters, it'll be Nathan Wickham. And after a loss last night to the Haymakers, 6-3 in that one, we'll see how this team can adjust here tonight up against the Bombers.
Jaden, a little bit info on the pitcher today, Anthony Comfort. Attends Southwestern Community College right now, will be a junior at SWCC. This past spring, 13 appearances, 1-7 record, 51.2 innings pitched, 56 strikeouts, 89 hits on him, 67 runs, only 26 base on balls, so a lot of strikes will be thrown today. Did have an 11.67 ERA, so a guy that kind of got shaken around this past spring. Hopefully this summer he can look back and get a little bit better than he could this past spring.
Yeah, that's been the biggest improvement piece for really a lot of the players here in the Corn Belt League, trying to get themselves better for their next season at their next colleges. And to start it off here for the Bombers, we'll see number 42, the center fielder, Tanner Black, will lead it off for the Bombers.
Number 42, Tanner Black.
First pitch here of the day from Comfort. That one just gets the outside on the fastball. And we are underway here at J.J. Isaacson Field. Second day of the Corn Belt League. A beautiful opening day slate of 4 games yesterday. We'll have hopefully 2 games tonight. The final of our 8 p.m. game here tonight could have some weary issues with some of the weather patterns coming into Omaha here tonight. We'll see if we can get this first one in for you. The Cropdusters looking for their first win in franchise history. And Tanner Black, look at the 0-2. That one's just outside. Move the count to 1-2. And we'll see what Comfort can do now ahead in the count.
Already so far, Comfort looking pretty strong in the count. Already starting out 1-2, trying to look for that big strikeout right here.
1-2 here from Comfort. Another fastball in the outer half. Good job to be able to foul that back off from Tanner Black. And we'll do the 1-2 once again. Last night it was all about pitching here at Seymour Smith Park. There's a little bit of a struggle for these two teams here for the Bombers. Not as much for the Cropdusters, but specifically the pitching staff of the Bombers is something we're going to talk about when we get back in the bottom of the first. 1-2 once again, swatted him. And there's the first strikeout of the day for Anthony Comfort.
Seems like that was kind of a common theme we saw last night, too. A lot of ugly swings, a lot of swords, like you mentioned. Hoping we're going to see that today. Anthony Comfort with that sword right there, as we just saw.
At 25 strikeouts between the two pitching staffs, 4 total pitchers in our nightcap last night between the Rail Riders and the Royal Blue Dogs. Evan Heeb started off the day with 9 strikeouts and just 4 innings of work. It also have 2 walks. And Coach Guido for the Blue Dogs felt it was good to have him pulled and see how the rest of the bullpen would pan out. And Brady Bach would not do a bad job himself, but to get himself in a couple troubling situations. And the Rail Riders took advantage of it, ended up winning in a 3-2 win. I think the biggest thing we talked about, the bullpens are going to be huge throughout the rest of this one, and that was really big in last night's couple games.
For sure. Even going into the first game, the Filth Ballers and the Black Sox, we saw the bullpen being used quite a bit, and the bullpen being an upside and a downside for the Filth Ballers. Black Sox being on the downside, PJ Nagy came in, kind of gave up that walk-off hit by pitch to Nick Ripa, and then on the other side, CJ Fleeman was our player of the game last night for that game. He came in absolutely dominated for the Filth Ballers.
Comfort able to answer back after down 3-0, and we'll see what the shortstop Caleb Lemon, number 77, can do here with the 3-1 pitch. Sets, deals that one, fouled off and out of play. And now Comfort trying to come back all the way back down from 3-0. Cropdusters, one of the smallest roster-wise teams here in the Corn Belt League. 17 guys for this new group, but a lot of consistent pitching. A lot of utility guys available for this Cropduster group, so a lot of time for a lot of them. This one driven deep left center field. That one's going to get down. We'll see if Lemon will stretch it into two. He'll try to get there. Throw is offline, is sent towards the first baseman, and Peabody, I believe they will call that a sliding double for Caleb Lemon, and something going here for the Bombers here in the first.
Great start for Caleb Lemon as he puts that ball right in the left side gap. Great stretch on that run right there. I feel like if that throw was on target just a little bit to the left, he probably would have been tagged out on that play, but nonetheless, great hit by Caleb Lemon.
Yeah, Thatcher Kozel put a little bit too much on that throw and really stand up left center field. And that one almost got away and could have been a three-bagger for Caleb Lemon. That'll bring up number 31, the designated hitter, Trevor Stevens. Stevens from University of Central Oklahoma, as he'll look at the first pitch fastball just on the outer half for strike one. Be interesting to see how Comfort can adjust here really in first scramble that we've seen him try to get out of here in this first inning. One gone, 0-1 pitch coming here from Comfort. Checks back at second and delivers. Swing and a miss. That one's tipped back into the catcher's glove of Nathan Wickman. Another fastball. That one gets away. And 90 feet closer goes Caleb Lemon on the wild pitch.
Just like last night, Jaden, we saw a lot of pass balls, a lot of wild pitches from the pitchers and catchers, and that is what was really the killer for the Black Sox yesterday, as Sid DeMeo of the Black Sox had a lot of pass balls and a couple of errors behind the dish, and just like that, common theme from last night.
One-two pitch coming here from Comfort. That one outside, leading the count back up at 2-2. Want to apologize, a late switch for the Bombers here in this one. Brennan Cascio will move into the designated hitter's spot instead of Trevor Stevens, so a late scratch for the Bombers. 2-2 pitch, another fastball outside. And we'll see how comfortable Comfort can be here with his off speed. Haven't seen a lot of it, and he's down in the count now. Back at 3-2. Leading runner 90 feet away at third base with just one out. Slider, that one drops in and is fouled back off.
Big pitch here, a moment for Comfort right here as he's in a 3-2 count. Wouldn't be surprised if he goes for an off-speed in the dirt. Seen so far a couple swing and misses on that off-speed curveball.
Comfort works both the changeup, curveball, and slider. There's a fastball. That one's tipped. Excuse me, they will call that a strike three. And a strikeout, second strikeout of the day for Anthony Comfort. Now two gone now with the runner in scoring position. That'll bring up number 37, the first baseman, Nico Saul. Comfort trying to get out of the two-out threat, as that one's outside in the slider, unable to get Saul to chase. And Comfort trying to get out of the inning after the one-out double from Caleb Lemon. Lemon currently sitting at third base, just 90 feet away from being the first run of the day, for the Bombers. 1-0 pitch. That one in there for strike one. Evens the count back up at 1 apiece. Comfort really taking his time out there on the mound. And he finds his pitch and he'll deliver. 1-1 just on the outer half for strike two. And Comfort now ahead in the count for just the first time here today, 1-2. 1-2 pitch coming here from Comfort. Curveball grounded over to first. Blake Peabody able to get to it and steps on first base. So Anthony Comfort able to get out of the 2-out threat. Here in the top of the first, the Bombers, no runs on 1 hit, 1 runner left on base. We'll head to the bottom of the first. The Cropdusters looking to start off day 2 hot. Back here in the bottom of the first, the 2-out scoring threat for the Bombers in the top of the first does not come for them. And to start it off for the Cropdusters would be Jack Tilton, the shortstop, as the first pitch is upstairs, a ball.
Jack Tilton out of West Virginia Westland, one of 3 players on this Cropdusters team to attend West Virginia Westland and make the trip up to Omaha this year.
A lot of different guys from a lot of different colleges representing the Corn Belt League. That little dinker gets into left field for a single, and Tilton on board with nobody out here in the first. The single will bring up the second baseman, number 34, Dakota Hogan.
Dakota Hogan. Oh, pitch. That one's going to get in the dirt and will go to the backstop
Tilton will stay at second. And back-to-back wild pitches here in the first 2 innings from the first 2 starting pitchers. A runner now in scoring position for the Cropdusters, trying to find their first run of the ball game, just second run here in this season.
Double tap the top so the manual zoom, and then you should be able to zoom in on the manual zoom on the thing. So one-on-one.
Bunt attempt, not able to run down a high fastball, be inside for a ball to be 2-0.
So 4-on-4. Yeah, it's just zoom out a little bit, 3. So 3-on-3. 1-on-1.
2-0 pitch coming here from Pike. Another bunt attempt. That one's going to get down. Pike loses it and not able to get the runner at first. So a bunt single. We'll see if they'll call that a single. They will. They will call that a hit for Dakota Hogan. And now 2 on with nobody out here in the first for the Cropdusters.
Great start for the Cropdusters here in the bottom of the first. No outs, 2 runners on. That brings up a big spot here for the Cropdusters.
Thatcher Kozel.
That'll bring up number 31, Thatcher Kozel. Kozel is a Waverly alum, currently going to South Dakota State. Originally started off his college days at Iowa Western, batted .320 with 14 extra bases in his time with the Reavers. And looking to add on to a strong summer campaign as that first pitch from Pike is on the outer half for strike 1. Pike trying to answer back in some way. After 2 runners on with nobody out here in the first inning. Big swing and a miss from Kozel. Kozel, a lot of speed out there in center.
Make sure the antennas are posted directly up here.
Tilt.
Lock into place.
Tilton's moving around quite a bit on second base. Seems like Pike is a little frustrated with him moving around. Shortstop's moving in a little bit, trying to make a little spot on him.
That one hits him. So a struggling start for Brendan Pike. Bases loaded with nobody out. And a big spot here for the right fielder, number 22, Easton Burns. Could do some big damage right here. The base is juiced.
Oh, never mind. We got you, Corey. We got you back.
2 weak singles and a hit by pitch. Currently have the bases loaded with nobody out. Brendan Pike trying to minimize here. First pitch is just on the outer half for strike 1.
Big thing here for Pike right now is to minimize as much as possible. Bases loaded, 0 outs. Not a lot you can do. You just got to minimize as much as you can. That's saying if you get a ground ball, throw it to home, ball up the middle, roll it as much as you can. You just got to do as much as you can to minimize.
0-1 pitch is in the dirt. Even the count back up at 1 apiece. Pike really struggling finding the zone right now. He's gotten behind in a lot of these first couple counts he's been in so far, trying to adjust in some way. 1-1 pitch coming here from Pike. That one just low, and with the count of 2-1. Pike coming out of Concordia. Works really just a 2-pitch mix, fastball, slider. His first outing of the year here for the Bombers. That one off the plate once again. He's fallen behind now 3-1 and is in danger of giving up a freebie for the first run of the day for the Cropdusters.
So far from Pike here, we've seen a lot of fastballs, not so much of that slider that you mentioned. And with that fastball, he's just missing a glove side away. A lot of it is low, and that's what's causing all these balls to happen.
3-1 pitch. That one just off the outer half for ball 4. And a struggling inning continues as the first piece of damage for the Cropdusters as they strike first on a no-out walk. And the inning continues, still nobody out. And we'll see how the third baseman, number 19, Logan Davis, can do here once again with the bases juiced. Nobody currently working in the bullpen. Actually, they do now bring out somebody to the bullpen for the Bombers. That's number 74, Adam Eggert, another Concordia player. And that one inside. And once again, 4 straight balls now from Brendan Pike. And this is a time where you really got to rear back, get out of this inning in any way you possibly can. Still nobody out. Bases juice, Brendan Pike really struggling here in the first. That one driven to the shortstop, and a double play. Could this be a triple play? It is! Line drive into the shortstop, and Lemon stepped on second and threw over to Nico Saul at first. It's a triple play, and somehow the Bombers get out of this with just 1 run of damage.
In the bottom of the first inning, 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base.
A pitcher in the bullpen here for the Bombers after the struggling first inning. Only 1 run of damage, however, after the triple play with bases loaded. We'll see how much more of a leash they give Brendan Pike for the Bombers. But still just a 1-0 game. And we'll see how now the catcher, number 33, Gage Julin, can start off his day up against Anthony Comfort. Comfort here deals that one, driven over to the shortstop. Beautiful play right there. Backhand from Dakota Hogan. Throws onto first in time. And a quick first out here for the Cropdusters.
Beautiful play over there at second base by Dakota Hogan. And also a great job by the pitcher, Anthony Comfort, with only 1 pitch in the inning so far and already got an out, working as efficient as possible in this top of the second inning.
With 1 out now, that'll bring up the third baseman, Braden Olson. And the first pitch here from Comfort, that one just low. Actually, they'll call that strike 1. Olson didn't quite like the call, but either way, it'll be 0-1 the count. Oh, 1 pitch. That one's driven deep right center field, and that one's going to get down for extra bases. Olson headed to second. Can he go to 3? He'll stop at 2. And a 1-out double for Braden Olson. And once again, for the second consecutive inning, the Bombers trying to get something going.
Big hit by Braden Olson to start something for the Bombers and hopefully to get them back on the board and tie the game all up at 1.
Beautiful shot out into right center field.
The second baseman.
And 2 extra base hits that Comfort has given up here in the first 2 innings. And that'll bring up a second baseman, number 24, Rebecca Lair. Lair out of Dawson Community College has played her high school days in North Carolina at Grays Creek back last season. And yesterday was 1 for 3 with a single and 2 strikeouts. And we'll see if she can deliver her first RBI here in the Corn Belt League. 0-1 pitch from Comfort. That one fouled back. And Lair now down 0-2.
Big time moment here for Rebecca Lair as she's down in the count 0-2. Got to put a ball in play to eventually drive Olsen over to third or even put him into the plate. Another big moment for Anthony Comfort here, trying to get a big second out for the Cropdusters.
Comfort again, we'll see if he goes off speed, checks back at second, delivers high fastball upstairs for a ball and move the count to 1-2. We'll see if they're trying to just move Lair's eyes a little bit up, and we'll see if they want to work some kind of off speed down below here.
I wouldn't be surprised if we saw an off speed here with a righty lefty mix right here.
And another fastball up high doesn't get Lair to chase. See how they want to deal with this here now. 2-2. Of course, like we mentioned, a 5-pitch mix for Comfort. Started off the first inning with 2 strikeouts. Had a 1-out double from Caleb Lemon. Was able to get out of it with a 2-out ground ball unassisted putout with the first baseman Peabody. And the 3rd strikeout of the day for Anthony Comfort. Beautiful off speed just on the outer half.
Beautiful strikeout for Anthony Comfort. Gives the Cropdusters 2 outs in a great position to get back in the dugout and get the bats going.
That'll bring up the left fielder, number 47, Phillip Jordan. Jordan out of Presentation College as sophomore. Is a 2020 Scott Catholic grad. A lot of guys based out of Nebraska and the Omaha metro area, which is really cool to see. A lot of guys don't have to travel too much. First they have to go is really out to Iowa Western or Council Bluffs, and that's really why they choose the Corn Belt League. See Comfort now here with the 1-0. Still checks back at the runner at second and delivers. Check swing. He does go. They even the count back up at 1 apiece. Comfort checks back once again. Here delivers the 1-1. That one outside. Maybe try to work a little bit of change-up mix on the outer half. Did not go the way he planned. Now he's down 2-1. Both the pitchers struggling a little bit to find as much consistent command. Both have seen that a little bit behind in counts here in this first inning and a half. 2-1 coming here from Comfort. That one slider in there for strike 2. Even his count back up at 2-2. Comfort been a guy that has worked a little bit slowly here as he steps off. We'll see how Jordan can adjust here on the 2-2. Jordan was 0 for 2 yesterday with 2 ground outs and a hit by pitch, trying to find his first hit of the Corn Belt League season. That one fouled off into the dugout. And we'll do the 2-2 once more.
Comfort, a type of guy to kind of mix up his timing. You know, you just mentioned that he likes to take his time on some pitches. He goes a little faster. He likes to mix in a slide step once or twice in there, or else he's gonna try to step off, fake a throw, try to keep him a little off guard. And that's what I think Comfort likes in his tempo, and he likes to mix it up quite a bit. Keeps the hitters honest, keeps the runners honest on second base. And that's why I think he's doing such a great job. Even though he is in the count 2-2 right now, he's doing such a great job at keeping the hitters off balance with his timing.
Checks back, 2-2 once again from Comfort. That one, strike three, looking back-to-back strikeouts here in the second. It's Comfort's fourth strikeout of the day. And here in the second for the Bombers, one hit, no run, one runner left on base. And on the other end for the Cropdusters in the second, it'll be 5, 6, and 7. Davis, Copeland, and Wickham. We'll take a break here. Once we come back, second inning action here on the Corn Belt League Network. Back here in the bottom of the second, third baseman Logan Davis will start off the second for the Cropdusters. Davis out of Dakota Wesleyan was an Omaha North alum, and this season for Dakota Wesleyan had more of a pitching stance there. 13 and 2/3 innings pitched, struggled with a 9.22 ERA. Is trying to see where his bat can take him here in the Corn Belt League.
Brendan Pike back out there for his second inning of work, trying to be a little more consistent in the zone as he just missed high for ball 2. No life in the bullpen anymore, as we saw Austin Alexander brought in the pitcher that was currently warming up. After that big triple play, I think Austin Alexander, the coach of the Bombers, got a little more trust in Brendan Pike, found out that he could hit the zone a little more as he just hits for that ball 3. You just got to find that zone if you want to be consistent and you want to have a chance to win the game.
Yeah, Pike was behind in the majority of the 4 batters he faced in the first inning. Really was saved by a really unorthodox triple play put together by the shortstop Caleb Lemon and the first baseman Nico Saul. A line drive to Lemon, caught it, stepped on second for 2, and threw it on to first for 3, and got out of the bases loaded jam. 3-0 pitch here is outside, and more struggles here for Brendan Pike. It's a 4-pitch walk. And that's the second free base he's given up here today. That'll bring up the left fielder, number 11. Number 11, Caleb Copeland.
Number 5, Nathan Wickham.
Apologies, there'll be a switch here once again. Number 5, Nathan Wickham. First pitch to Wickham is in there for strike 1. Pike once again struggling after the first inning. Gave up 1 earned run, got out of the bases loaded jam, and some more pressure here from the Cropdusters here in the second. That one hits him. Second hit batter of the day from Pike. And once again, another arm up in the bullpen for the Bombers. It's number 47, I believe, Philip Jordan. We'll see how much longer they're going to allow Pike to go here, which is how much he's been struggling.
Your attention, please. Now running at first base,
Pike not doing the greatest job in his second inning of work. I mentioned earlier in the inning, he's got to change up something like he did in the first inning to try to minimize the runners he has on base. Just so far in the second inning, has not done that so far. Has a walk and a hit by pitch. Just not doing the greatest so far with 0 outs on the board. Like I said in the first inning, he's got to do as much as he can to minimize the runs. As the Cropdusters already have one on the board, Pike cannot let them get any more with the Bombers only having 0-2.
It was 11 then 5.
Wait, you just said Wickham, right?
Hold on, what?
Yeah, so that was Wickham. So now Owens is.
This one, little nubber over to the second baseman, Rebecca Allaire. That one gets past her. Actually, they'll call it a runner's interference. As they saw Wickham running to second, they'll call him out. Play is called dead. Now runners on the corners here with just 1 out. Wickham still a little bit confused on that call. Either way, 1 gone.
Once I switch off E3, go.
I think Wickham's a little confused on if he thought he touched the ball, he might have kicked it, or if it was the grass. Originally, I thought it was the grass that moved the ball to the left side. But the umpire, I guess, saw that Wickham actually maybe have kicked the ball or had an interference with Rebecca Allaire at second base. So that puts 1 out on the board for the Bombers.
First pitch there inside. 4-1. The 9-hitter, number 32, Caleb Horner. Horner, the extra hitter. Cropdusters batting 10 here today. I'm trying to add some more insurance here early. Another hit by pitch. The third of the day in just an inning and a third for Brendan Pike. I think there might be a discussion here of how much longer they allow Pike to go, as he has severely struggled here in the second inning of work.
Pike just nowhere near consistent around the zone. 2 hit batters this inning and a walk. Puts the bases loaded again with only 1 out on the board. Just not the day for Brendan Pike on the mound.
Pike has struggled being able to find the zone just about the entirety of today. They'll keep it in here with bases loaded, and he misses once again, falls behind in the count 1-0. The ball goes past Pike over to the shortstop and Caleb Lemon. Another dangerous situation right there for the Bombers. Pike sets, deals here the 1-0. That one hit him once again. Goodness gracious. It's the 4th hit batter of the day. And the 6th free base Brendan Pike has given up in just an inning and a third. And I would be surprised if this isn't his day.
That is the last thing you want if I was Awesome Nick Alexander as a coach for the Bombers. Free bases on free bases, Jaden. That is 3 hit batters in the inning and a walk. The past 2 hit batters that Brendan Pike hit were both on sliders. And it kind of makes me want to think about it. It's a little sweaty out. It's a little humid outside, so it makes me want to think that his hands might have been a little sweaty. The ball coming off the hand a little bit wrong, and I don't see any rosin out there. So his hand, it could have been the humidity out there that could have been the problem for Brendan Pike, but nonetheless, his day is done.
That'll be the end of the day, like you mentioned, for Brendan Pike. Just an inning and a third of work. Will be responsible for everyone currently on the base pass, along with the 2 earned runs he has given up. 8 different free passes, either hit by pitches or walks. And we'll take a quick break here on the Corn Belt League Network. Once we come back, we'll meet the new pitcher.
State College.
Back here in the bottom of the second, bases juiced. A new pitcher here for the Bombers, be number 74, Adam Eggert from Wayne State College in his first appearance of this season, trying to limit the damage that Brendan Pike started off. An odd swing right there from the top of the order, and Jack Tilton, 4-strike 1.
From West Virginia.
Adam Eggert out of Wayne State College, just a freshman this past year, did not get any appearances on the mound. So we can see what he does in his first appearance of the year in the Corn Belt League.
And he's in a tough spot really early. We'll see how long they can afford to have him after last night using 4 different pitchers for their Bombers and their beginning of the season loss to the Red Raiders. That one, the final 12-3, and pitching and walks were an issue in that one too. 10 total walks along with 2 hit by pitches, and the Bombers opening day loss 12-3 to the Red Raiders. And already here today, 6 total free passes just from Brendan Pike alone in an inning and a third. 1-2 pitch coming here. That one driven into left field. That one's going to get down. It's going to score 2. Runner from first headed all the way around to third. Long throw is cut off by the third baseman. And a 2-run, 1-out double from Jack Tilton.
Big time hit there by Jack Tilton out of West Virginia Wesleyan University to give the Cropdusters some insurance runs to now make the lead 4-0.
Dakota Hogan.
I'll bring up Dakota Hogan. 1 for 1 on the day, just last inning with an infield single that Brendan Pike was not able to cover very well. Here's the 0-0. That one in there. Actually, they'll call that one out. An odd call just off the outer half. 4-1. Quick back for the second pitch. That one lifted, foul, and out of play on the first base side. And leaving the count back up at 1 apiece. Adam Eggert really in a tough situation right now. Just the runner at second base currently will be his decision. Already 4 earned runs. The starting pitcher, Brendan Pike. This one lifted into center field. Caught by Black. Runners off from third. Beautiful throw on line, but a short hop. They're going to call him out at home plate. There was no tag, but sliding into home took out the catcher behind home plate. Both coaches are looking for some kind of clarification on the call. There was no tag at home plate. And now they'll call him safe and bring the Bombers back out on defense.
I think what the field umpire was telling the home plate umpire is that the catcher for the Bombers was actually blocking the base pass, which you cannot do. And that's what I think the Cropdusters third base coach was trying to tell the home plate umpire. And then a little bit after, they got that call right. And now Bombers will be back on the field. Adam Eggert back on the mound doing some more work. And that puts the Cropdusters up 5-0.
And that'll bring up number 31, Trayton Kozel.
Adam Eggert just brought in a very unfortunate situation with bases loaded and just 1 out, doing his best to try to minimize the score. That double by Jack Tilton did just not help at all, and that sac fly right there, again, did not help at all, and the call being called safe just does not help Adam Eggert's
case very much like you mentioned. 31, Trayton Kozel, will be the change here. A lot of numbers still being mixed up from the rosters to our sheets up here. 1-0 pitch is just off the outer half, an odd call, as Eggert didn't quite like it. And now Eggert down 2-0 with a runner just 90 feet away from being another piece of insurance here in a 4-run bottom of the second. on third here with 2 outs. Trayton Kogel trying to do something here. The 2-out threat. Big swing and a miss. A 3-1 pitch. And Kogel was trying to lift that one way out of here into right center field.
Still on 3. So 1-on-1.
That one fouled on the 3-2. And Eggert trying to get out of the inning. We'll see another payoff pitch here in a moment.
It is so quiet at the ballpark. Dead, dude. It is dead.
Eggert trying to get out of the inning. 4 runs in here for the Cropdusters. 3-2 pitch. That one big swing and a miss from Kozel. And Eggert able to get out of the inning without any more damage. But 4 runs come in for the Cropdusters. 1 runner left on base. We'll head to the top of the third here in the Corn Belt League Network. The Cropdusters lead 5-0.
Here we go.
Back here in the top of the third as the Bombers try to answer back after a 4 spot for the Cropdusters in the bottom of the second. It's 5-0 here in favor of the Cropdusters. As looking to start it off. That one is outside. Actually, they'll call that strike 1 on the outer half. Joey Burrill, the right fielder, moves in now for his first at-bat of the day here in the 9 spot.
It's a 1-on-1.
0-1 pitch is fouled back. And Burrill already now down 0-2. Comfort's worked very quickly now here in the third. Really slow of a pace in that first 2 innings.
Jaden, I guess you could say that Anthony Comfort is sitting pretty comfortable in this 3rd inning of work with a 5-0 lead now that the Cropdusters have given him.
It's really been extra base hits or strikeouts for him so far. 4 strikeouts on the day in 2 innings of work. Did let up a double to both number 77, the shortstop Caleb Lemon, as well as the 3rd baseman Braden Olson, each in the last 2 innings. 1-2 here from Comfort. Swing and a miss. Number 5 on the day for Anthony Comfort. And he is cruising here now in the 3rd.
Big thing for Anthony Comfort right here that he is doing is staying consistent in the zone, whether he's putting a ball inside, outside, mixing that slider or curveball in as his 5-pitch mix. He's doing a great job of just throwing strikes, and that is exactly what you need to do in this league because, yes, you're going to get hits off of you like we've seen so far. He's had 2 doubles hit off him, but you're also going to get those big strikeouts and you're going to get those rollover ground balls and those flyouts, and that is exactly what Anthony Comfort is doing, and that's not what Brendan Pike has been doing, and that is why Cropdusters are now up 5-0.
Well, there's the first freebie of the day for Comfort. A hit by pitch to the top of the order in the center fielder, Tanner Black. And we'll see now
The shortstop.
how Comfort can adjust here in the top half of the order as they come up for the second time here today. As Caleb Lemon will come up. Hit a double back in the first. Was able to move on to third in a wild pitch, but wasn't able to score after a strikeout and a ground out to the first baseman. It's really the first threat of the day the Bombers had right off the bat, and we'll see if he can do anything here with one runner on here in the first. First pitch in there for strike one. Comfort with another fastball in the outer half.
It's a 3-on-3. Umpire calls it like a softball.
Comfort, we'll see how they want to look at Tanner Black back at first base. Black with a pretty stand-up lead over there at first. He is off on the pitch. Fastball in there for strike one. Throw is high, and Tanner Black reaches to second on the stolen base. Now a runner in scoring position for the Bombers.
Like I mentioned earlier with Anthony Comfort, it kind of seems like a common trend to when he gets a runner on base. He kind of likes to slow things down as if he does not have anybody on and he's going out of the windup. He likes to move a little faster. I think that's also just a timing thing to mess up the hitter and the runner on second base. But I guess it just did not mess up the runner there as he just advanced to second safely.
A really good jump right there from Black. A high throw from Wickham. As we see a check swing there. Check it down that he does not go. And we'll keep the count at 1-2. So Wickham, it'll be interesting to see really behind the plate if they want to try to adjust to his struggles here today. Already a ball, although they call it a pass ball, probably a ball that he should have blocked back in the first. And there a high throw. The runner at second base on the steal. 1-2 here coming from Comfort. Runner will stand still. That one driven deep into left center field. That one's going to get down. We'll see if they test the arm. They will. Throw comes into second. And the first run of the day for the Bombers comes on a one-out RBI single from Caleb Lemon.
So far today, Caleb Lemon has been there for the Bombers. First AB had that double to the right side. Now he has a scoring RBI single. Big day so far for Caleb Lemon.
Lemon, like you mentioned, 2 for 2 in the day with a single and double. That'll bring up the designated hitter, number 29, Brennan Cassio. Cassio 0 for 1 on the day with a strikeout. He took over for the original DH, Trevor Stevens, into the ballgame. And we'll see now with the first threat of the day, able to bring in a run for the Bombers. Can they add on a couple more and chip away from this lead? Comfort looks back at first and picks back there. Close play, unable to get him as Lemon, really consistent lead. I think now after we saw Black able to get that stolen base in the first at-bat of the day, excuse me, the second at-bat of this inning, thinking a little bit more about the runners on the base pass. Comfort looks back at first. Lemon is off. Throw into second, not in time. And the second stolen base of the day. And first for Caleb Lemon, and another runner now in scoring position. Both Lemon and Black with stolen bases, and the aggressive base running with possibly a weaker arm and Wickham behind the plate is now allowed an opportunity for the Bombers trying to get back in this one. 1-0 pitch coming here from Comfort. Curveball in there for strike one. Swing and a miss on Brennan Cassio. Evens the count back up at 1 apiece. Cassio and the Bombers trying to chip away at this 4-run deficit. That one driven into center field. Out to Kozel in center. Will they test it? They won't test. The ball will be cut off by the first baseman in Peabody. And now runners on the corners here with 1 out. And it really seems like the Bombers have been able to time up Anthony Comfort pretty well here in the third.
Biggest thing for Comfort right now is how much he can minimize this inning. Yes, the Cropdusters are still up 5-1. He's just got to do his best with 1 out and runners both on the corners now. What can he do to minimize that and not have the Bombers score any more runs with just 1 out? Middle infielders playing that double play depth, looking to get a ground ball to end the inning.
That'll bring up the first baseman, number 37, Nico Saul. Saul 0 for 1 with the day on a ground out of the first baseman. And try to do something here in a big spot. Runner is off from first, and he'll get into second easily. No throw even down to second. I think the Bombers are really taking advantage of the struggles behind the plate from Nathan Wickham.
Fun fact about the hitter Nico Saul here. Nico Saul attends Wabash Valley College. Wabash Valley College made the JUCO World Series this season.
And Saul drives that one into left field. One run's going to come home, and the train just keeps moving for the Bombers right now. An RBI single to left from Nico Saul and cuts the deficit now to 3. Here with just 1 out here in the third. And we'll see a mound meeting here as we'll see if they want to put anybody in the bullpen or how much longer they're going to now allow Anthony Comfort to stay in this one. A really strong first 2 innings after 4 strikeouts, 2 doubles given up. I think the Bombers, the second time through this order, picked him up a little bit better. A strikeout to start off the inning, a hit by pitch, and then 3 singles have just kept this Bombers group moving. Now here with just 1 out. See this coaching staff trying to calm Comfort down a little bit, trying to get out of this inning without any more damage.
The big thing here for the Cropdusters is that they still have the lead, and that, in all honesty, these 2 runners on second and third base do not really matter in a sense because they will still have the lead. So it's just a matter of still how much Anthony Comfort can minimize this inning with only 1 out still. Runners on first and third, so the corner is still there. It's just a matter of how much he can minimize with 1 out still in the inning.
Like you mentioned, runners on the corners here with 1 out. Wickham behind the plate has really struggled being able to keep runners alongside Comfort there at first base. As we'll see, Salas will stay there at first. Won't test the arm, at least for the first pitch, as it's upstairs for a ball. Coaching staff for the Cropdusters, Jared Jones and David Conway. We'll see how they want to work this pitching staff here in this one. Salas off from first, throw down to second, not cut off. They get him at second, they did, but a runner will score, and the Cropdusters will take the out for a run as Saul is cut off at second. However, Brennan Cassio scores from third, and now it's a 2-run ballgame.
Big time moment for both teams there. The Bombers score 1. Cropdusters get a big second out. They still have the lead 5-3, so they're cruising with no one on the base paths now. So that gives an easy shot for Anthony Comfort here to get out of the inning.
Now we'll see if Comfort now will use the clear bases like you mentioned to be able to reset here with 2 outs. Still a 1-1 pitch coming here from Comfort. That one, big swing and a miss from Gage Julin. Julin, the catcher, 0 for 1 on the day with a ground out to the second baseman last inning. And we'll see if Julin can maybe reset some things for their own for the Bombers.
Some life in the Cropdusters bullpen is getting going. Number 9, Thatcher Poteet, getting a little warmed up in the bullpen currently for Anthony Comfort.
That one driven foul down the third base line, and we'll do the 1-2 once again. Could be a bullpen day for the rest of this one for these 2 teams. Of course, if you're new to the Corn Belt League, all summer ball actions would bat 7-inning games. The longest we will go is 9 for the regular season. If it is tied after 7, that one, they'll say it hit Julin, and the second hit by pitch of the inning for Anthony Comfort, and this struggling inning continues for Comfort.
Seems like hit batters is the trend of the day so far with both pitchers. Now that's combining 6 hit batters for both teams today with it Brendan Pike and Anthony Comfort combined.
Seems like they're going to get a switch out there at first. The runner will be number 1, Danny Sponberg. Sponberg from Southeast Community College, a Creighton Prep alum. Yesterday was 1 for 4 with a single and an RBI back in the 5th. The Bombers' first game of the season. This one fouled off and out of play. Beautiful play by a guy in the dugout for the Cropdusters, able to barehand that one. And it'll be 0-1. Comfort trying to get out of this long inning. Went from 40 pitches in the first inning in the third to now working a total of 57 here in the last 3 at-bats. As once again he looks at Spongberg at first. This has been a kind of redeeming theme here in the third. Nathan Wickham behind the plate. The Bombers had no problem testing his arm. They've had multiple stolen bases, as well as a wild pitch and a stolen base attempt that actually brought in a runner home for the Bombers here in the third. Comfort looks back at first and delivers. I'll go back to first once again, taking a long time at Spongberg, getting a pretty big lead out there with the tweeners. Beautiful tweeners right there, yellow stockings right there on the end from Spongberg.
I'm going to ask you, Jaden, what's your favorite pair of baseball pants to wear?
I mean, truly, you can't do bad with stirrups. I love being able to work some different stirrup mix. That can be a really fun mix, especially if you're working some possibly pinstripe look. You see some stirrups being able to work with. There's nothing better than that.
We're seeing quite a bit of tweeners now come back into the baseball world, especially with stirrups too.
Yeah, I mean, I may be an older guy with that. I'm not a tweener type of guy. I mean, it doesn't really make a ton of sense to me. Like, either go full pants or go halfway. Like, there's one or the other. Middle way tweeners just, I don't quite get the look.
Spongberg is going with the tight tweeners pants type look.
This one driven into left field, but able to be made out there in left. Caleb Copeland will get the third out. However, the Bombers here in the top of the third, 3 runs on 2 hits. 3 runs on 3 hits, 2 walks, and a runner left on base for the Bombers. And they cut the deficit to 2. We'll head to the bottom of the third. The Cropdusters trying to answer back and add some more. Back here in the bottom of the third, right fielder, number 22, Easton Burns, is 0 for 0 on the day with a walk back in the first. And the Bombers, and specifically Adam Egger, trying to answer back after a 4-run bottom of the second for the Cropdusters. A lot of free bases given up by this Bombers pitching staff so far in 2 days. As this one's flied out into center field. Lemon tries to get under it. They'll be called off by Black. Able to get the first out here in the third.
Eggert working very efficient in his second inning of work. Some fun facts on Adam Eggert. He got redshirted last year for the 2022 season at Wayne State. Back in high school at Plattsmouth High School, he was Class B first-team All-State in this 2021 season, striking out 72 batters in just 41 and a third inning of work, and with 5 wins in Plattsmouth. So nonetheless, he can pitch great. he can stay in that zone. It's just a matter of if he can keep doing that through these innings of work. And the Bombers just have to get the ball going when they're on offense. They're still trailing down by 2 to the Cropdusters. So Adam Eggert working with just 1 out here.
0-1 pitch, beautiful off speed, gets the bottom of the zone for strike 2, and Eggert able to find himself ahead in the count. 0-2 pitch coming here from Eggert. That one fouled back and out of play, and we'll do the 0-2 once again.
Fans, we ask that you please return all foul balls to the first or third.
Eggert
base
working
dugout.
right in the zone this inning, working perfectly with an 0-2 count, getting ahead of batters with the first out. Only 2 pitches in that count, and this count also just 2 pitches.
Swing and a miss. That one in the dirt on the drop third strike. Able to tag Davis for the first strikeout of the day for Adam Eggert. And it's swinging there. And this has been an odd look between the different strikeouts as well as free bases that this Bombers pitching staff has given up these past 2 days. 16 free bases the Bombers have given up these past 2 days. And just a couple of strikeouts, 3 strikeouts here between the 2 pitchers here today. That one, Olsen able to grab it at third, on to first in time for the third out. 1, 2, 3 to go. The Cropdusters into third. In the bottom of the, in the top of the 4th for the Bombers, Laird, Jordan, and Burrill trying to get back this lead. Back here in the top of the 4th for the Bombers, a new pitcher here in for the Cropdusters. Get his name here in a minute. Looks to be number 9, Jack Welch. Excuse me. And here, the bottom of the lineup will be due up here for the Bombers. Rebecca Lair, Phillip Jordan, and Joey Burrill in the 7, 8, 9 spot. And we'll see Lair started off here 0 for 1 on the day with a strikeout back in the 2nd. Apologies for the pitching change. Thatcher Poteet will pitch here for the Cropdusters.
Thatcher Poteet, 2nd year in the Corn Belt League. Last year was on the Royal Blue Dogs. This year is on the brand new Cropdusters team.
Poteet is from West Virginia, West Lane, and trying to, like you mentioned, his second year of work here in the Corn Belt League, and trying to relieve Anthony Comfort after a struggling third inning. That one fouled back from Rebecca Lair, and now she's down 0-2 with the second straight at bat.
She was part of that triple play earlier.
She did, yeah.
Yeah.
Still on for it.
First woman in the league.
Trailblazers pull out of it.
0-2 from Poteet. Fastball on the outer half for strike three. Got her looking. Second strikeout of the day for Rebecca Lair. And a really good start here for Poteet.
Poteet working all fastballs in that count. A lot of his fastballs have a lot of arm side run, as that last one did. Caught the very outside of the corner. Great fastball to get Rebecca Lair for her second strikeout of the day, and Thatcher's first K of his outing.
So one on it. Big hit that was down there.
First pitch of the at-bat up against Phillip Jordan is a ball on the outer half. And we'll see how Poteet can work here.
There was a guy named
Cropdusters still with a lead here 5-3. However, the Bombers, in the second time through the order, were really able to match up well to Anthony Comfort back in the third, plating 3 after 3 different hits, 2 hit by pitches, and a lot of action on the base pass. 2 different stolen bases, a wild pitch, and then a caught-stealing attempt, although brought in another run, as Nathan Wickham behind the plate has struggled here today for the Cropdusters. That one in the dirt, and with a count at 2-1.
Like I mentioned earlier, Thatcher Poteet, one of 3 West Virginia Westland people to come to Omaha, Nebraska, one of them being Jack Tilton, as we've seen earlier, hit the ball quite a bit. Now Thatcher Poteet and AJ Ventry.
Another one in the dirt here, and Poteet, after the strikeout in the first batter of the day, falling behind here 3-1. Anthony Comfort will end his day, 3 innings of work on 61 pitches, allowed 3 earned runs on 5 hits, 5 strikeouts, and 0 walks, but 2 hit batters. Poteet, another fastball on their outer half, misses, and a 1-out walk here for Phillip Jordan.
Great day for Anthony Comfort today. That third inning kind of killed him a little bit, giving up those 3 runs, but nonetheless, Anthony Comfort held them in this game. Also pitched with a great lead as they were going into that third inning with the lead 5-0. Anthony Comfort with a great start for his first start of the 2022 campaign.
Joey Burrill at the 9 spot will come up once again, 0-for-1 on the day with a strikeout from Penn State Beaver. He'll ground this one to the shortstop, and Tilton throw on to first is in time and able to get the second out of the inning. However, Jordan does move up to second. So runner now in scoring position for the Bombers here with 2 outs, as we'll turn the lineup card over to the top of the order. Number 42, Tanner Black. Black 0-for-1 on the day with a hit by pitch back in the third and a strikeout back in the first. Bombers down by 2, trying to creep their way back after being down 5-0 after 2 innings of work. Poteet in his first inning of relief here. There's a fastball. That one drops inside for ball 1.
Poteet working with a current fastball. That was a curveball right there on that last pitch. Working with that curveball fastball mix, mixing in a lot of fastballs though so far, and it has turned out to work for him with a runner on second base and a big swing and miss right there.
Yeah, pumping some speed right there from Poteet on that outer half. And again, he's a guy that really works a 3-pitch mix, likes to work that 4-seam fastball on the outer half, and his good speed with it has shown that off so far here in his first inning of relief. Checks back at second. 2 look there from Poteet. Back. Here's a ground ball. Cut off. No, it won't be. Throw from Tilton on to first. Beautiful play in time. Back-to-back plays for Jack Tilton at short. And the Cropdusters get out of it without any damage. No runs on no hits. One runner left on base for the Bombers. And when we come back for the bottom of the innings, Copeland, Wickham, and Peabody for the Cropdusters. We'll take a quick break here on the Corn Belt League Network. The Cropdusters lead 5-3. In favor of the Cropdusters here in the bottom of the fourth. It'll be the catcher, number 5, Nathan Wickham, will start it off here for them. The Bombers here, Adam Eggert in his 3rd overall inning of work. 1 hit allowed and 2 strikeouts, and really strong from the left side so far after a really struggling start of the day from starting pitcher Brendan Pike. He is currently in line for the loss. After just an inning and a third of work on 27 pitches, had just a 33% strike percentage and had 5 earned runs, 6 total free bases combined from 4 hit by pitches and 2 walks. And that's been a really big struggle for the Bombers. And Eggert maybe trying to be one of the biggest guys here that has been able to throw in the zone well. He's able to get a ground ball over to to Lair at second. She throws on to first in time for the first out of the inning.
Adam Eggert, so far through his 3rd inning of relief, has done a great job with the situation that he was given in 3 innings ago. Was brought in with bases loaded, gave up that double that gave the Cropdusters a pretty big lead. Then with his last 2 innings of work so far, has done a great job to minimize the runners, minimize his pitch count, and got a lot of ground balls and those 2 strikeouts so far.
First pitch there from Eggert on the outer half, 4 strike 1. Standing in the box is the first baseman, number 17, Blake Peabody. Peabody 0 for 1 on the day with an odd, fielder's interference, fielder's choice look after a ground ball. The second baseman, in Lair back in the second. Peabody down 0-2 here with 1 out. 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss is fouled. And he'll do the 0-2 once again. Eggert once again with the 0-2. That one fouled back once again. And we'll do the 5th pitch of the at-bat.
Eggert doing a great job of staying in and out of the zone. Still ahead in the count, 0-2 on Peabody. Peabody's got to do his best to battle out and just find something in the gaps.
Eggert's worked really well being able to find the zone. Here's the 0-2. That one just barely low. And with the count to 1-2 here for Peabody, trying to stay alive. Here now what will be a 6-pitch at bat.
Another common trend we saw from yesterday was quite a tight zone from these home plate umpires.
Swing and a miss right there on the off speed. 2nd strikeout of the day for Adam Eggert. And a really big pick-me-up for the Bombers has been Adam Eggert after a struggling first 2 innings. I think the momentum has just continually tried to grow a little bit more towards the Bombers' side these last 2 innings.
The biggest thing for the Bombers right now is that offense. Adam Egger is covering the defense's side right now. It's just that offense is going to have to step it up and get 2 more runs on the board to at least even tie the Cropdusters in the bottom of the 4th inning.
Another first pitch strike right there from Egger. 82% strike percentage here, and now 2 innings of work as that one will be popped up and caught in foul territory. Once again, a 1-2-3 inning for Adam Egger. Nobody on, nobody out, and that will end it off here in the 4th. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th. Here's the top of the 5th as the Bombers look to crawl back down 2. Back here in the top of the 5th, the Bombers trying to come back after once being down 5-0 in the 2nd inning. Thatcher Poteet with his 2nd inning of relief after Anthony Comfort started off the day for the Cropdusters. Poteet, like you mentioned, Max, you talked about it a little bit last inning, the movement on the fastball has really been what's been so big for him and his success.
Yeah, when Thatcher Poteet has that much movement on a ball, and we might see it in this at-bat alone, a right-hand hitter on a right-hand pitcher, you put that ball inside on the zone, you're just going to jam him up like a bunt right there.
Bunt attempt gets fouled back, will drop. And trying to maybe see a little trickeration action at the top of the order for Caleb Lemon. Lemon, which is kind of odd to see with how well he's been able to hit the ball, trying to put a bunt down. He's 2 for 2 on the day with a double back in the 1st. And a single back in the 3rd. And we'll see what he can do up against the new arm here for the Cropdusters. 3rd time through the order. We'll see how the Bombers can adjust to a new pitcher here. 0-1 here from Poteet. That one high and outside for ball 1. Even count back up at 1 apiece. Both of these teams looking for their first win of the season after both dropping their opening night games last night. We'll see a 1-0 matchup here in our 8 p.m. game if we get it. There are some weather patterns coming in the Omaha metro area that could affect things for our nightcap. We'll keep continuing to give you updates throughout the night, hoping to 100% get this one in, and hopefully our 8 p.m. game as well. 1-2, that one's high from Poteet. And we'll see if after the high fastball he'll want to go off speed in the outer half. Two-two pitch coming here from Poteet. That one in the dirt and move the count full at 3-2. Big opportunity at the top of the lineup to get something going here in the 5th for Caleb Lemon as he's moved the count full. Bombers trying to work back after down 5. Lemon trying to start something here. Payoff pitch. That one swung. That one's going to get down into left center field. 3 for 3 on the day for Caleb Lemon. Have a day at the top of the order for the shortstop.
That's that little duck snort hit that we've seen 2 times yesterday in both games yesterday, Jaden. Those hits are just, as a hitter, you love those hits because they're just little dink hits off the end of the bat, but once they drop down, you feel so good about them.
Yeah, it seemed that one, the fastball in the inner half might have jammed him a little bit, didn't quite fully get the barrel, but either way, able to drop into shallow left center field. And now the first really threat that we've seen him against Poteet here today with nobody out here in the 5th. Runner is off from first. Big swing and a miss. Throw on to second is going to be in time. Second time of the day, Caleb Lemon tries to steal a bag. This time he is caught. And the no-out threat becomes a one-out missed opportunity for the Bombers. And we'll see how Brennan Cassio can reset here with one gone and nobody on.
Big time throw there behind the plate from Nathan Wickham. Started the game out 0 for 3 on trying to throw runners out and is now 2 for 2 on his last 2 attempts. So big turnaround behind the dish from Nathan Wickham to help his Cropdusters team.
Definitely some changes and adjustments behind the dish for Wickham. Not as good of a jump there from Lemon, which has kind of been odd to see. A worse jump up against a righty than a lefty, which is really uncommon to see. But either way, Wickham a strong throw on to second to be able to get the first out of the inning. And Poteet now has Cassio down 0-2, trying to get the second out of the inning. 0-2 pitch coming here. That one swing, that would be fouled off. And we'll do the 0-2 once again. Poteet here in his second inning of work is 1 strikeout, a walk, and allowed the single to last at bat. Drop third strike. Throw from Wickham on to Peabody at first for the 2-3 putout, and 2 gone now here in the 5th. Great way to answer back right there from Thatcher Poteet.
Big slider in the dirt away in the left-hander batter's box. Great pitch by Thatcher Poteet as he mixes up his slider and fastball pitch mix today.
We've seen that mix from a couple of these guys. How can they work their pitch sequencing? For Pike, like you mentioned, that 2-pitch mix didn't really work for him. Poteet's done a better job of the right-handed side as the first pitch to Nico Saul is outside for a ball here with 2 outs. There's one lefty up in the bullpen currently for the Cropdusters, possibly maybe a 7th inning guy here in this one, as that one's fouled back. The bullpens are going to be a big thing all season long, especially scheduling-wise. Most teams usually get 1 day off a week along with the Wednesday really season or league day that this group gets, and a 2-out opportunity here for the Bombers.
Jaden, you talk about how bullpens are going to be a big use in the Corn Belt League this year, especially for the Cropdusters. It's got to be how can Jared Jones really go in with his bullpen with having the least amount of players on his team without through the whole league. So how can he manage his bullpen? How can he manage the pitchers he has on his team to really be successful and as successful as they want to be this whole summer going forward?
6 different guys listed on the roster as possible pitchers for the Cropdusters. The Bombers here in just day 2 have already used their 6th different pitcher in 2 games. 4 different pitchers yesterday were used, and the Bombers opening day lost 12-3 to the Red Raiders. It was a struggling one for them. They're trying to come back after a 5-0 deficit after 2. The big 3-run 3rd inning for the Bombers after 3 back-to-back-to-back singles, along with 2 other hit-by pitches, brought in 3 runs for them, and it moved the deficit now to just 2. Gage Julin now. That one, big swing there from Julin. That one fouled back and caught behind the dish by Wickham. We'll see after the caught stealing attempt from Caleb Lemon earlier in the inning if Nico Saul at first wants to test the arm of Wickham at all again. Did have a stolen base back in the 3rd, but a pretty stand-up lead currently. 0-1 pitch. That one's driven way foul. Just a bit early on that pitch. And we see Julin down 0-2.
Wouldn't be surprised if we saw Poteet go to that slider here out and away like we saw in that one strikeout earlier in this inning. The thing with Poteet we've seen so far is he has those two dangerous pitches. There's a fastball that has a lot of run to righties. You jam him inside, that's a dangerous pitch to hit because most of the times with the wood bat, that doesn't feel good when you get jammed on the inside. And then you go slider away. That's also never a good pitch to go to.
0-2 pitch. There's the slider. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, the third strikeout of the day for Poteet. A really strong 2 innings of work so far for him out of the bullpen. And the Cropdusters will look at 10-1-2. Comfort, Tilton, and Hogan in the 5th for them, trying to add on to their 5-3 lead. We'll take a quick break here on the Corn Belt League Network. We'll be back for more 5th inning action. Back here in the bottom of the 5th, we're going to see Adam Eggert in his 4th inning of relief work. So far, 32 pitches, an 81% strike percentage, just 1 hit allowed and 3 strikeouts, no free bases given up from Eggert, and I think that's been the biggest thing. They may get him some more innings throughout this rest of the season.
Adam Eggert so far is looking phenomenal on the mound in relief, has done a great job. It's just that those very first 2 innings that Pike gave up a lot of hit by pitches, a lot of walks. Those just hurt the Bombers tremendously. It's just those things you cannot do when you have a reliever this great to come in and just hold them there. It also goes back to the bats of the Bombers. They got to get the offense going a little more. They got to give Adam Eggert a chance pitching this great.
That one lifted shallow right field. It's going to drop past the outstretched arms of Rebecca Lair. And a runner on first to start off the inning here for the Cropdusters in the 5th. A lot of really light flares that we've seen here today. Not a ton of wind here in Omaha, Nebraska for this one. We saw a lot of wind this spring for the high school and college season, but it's really died down these last couple of days. And it's really been some pretty beautiful weather. You might be getting some worse weather here tonight starting at about 8 p.m., but not quite sure if that one will stick away from here down in really southwest Omaha, about in Ralston currently, where Seymour Smith Park is located, and hopefully able to get both of our Tuesday night doubleheader ball games in. Pick back at first, beautiful pick by Nico Saul to keep it in front of him, but not able to get the runner in comfort. We're back at the top of the lineup here for the Cropdusters. Jack Tilton, another guy who's had a really strong day for these two teams at the top of the lineup, 2 for 2 on the day, with a single back in the first and a double back in the second. Eggert with the 0-1 off speed in there for strike 2. Tilton didn't quite like it, but either way, a really good start for Eggert right here with 1 runner on. This is the first time we've really seen him pitch with any kind of possible pressure that the Cropdusters have been able to put on him. Checks back at first, 0-2 from Eggert. Swing and a miss. on strike 3, the third strikeout of the day for Adam Eggert. And man, he's just been so consistent from the left side.
Adam Eggert looking phenomenal through his 4th inning of work here in the bottom of the 5th inning, trying his best to keep the Bombers in this game as they are still down 5-3, but nonetheless, Adam Eggert with 1 runner on, doing his best to keep the Bombers in this.
First pitch is in there for strike 1 to the second baseman and Hogan. Dakota Hogan, number 34, is 1 for 1 on the day with an infield single back in the first and an RBI sac fly to center back in the second. It was the final run of 4 in the bottom of the second as there's a pick back at first for the Cropdusters. That would give them the 5-0 lead through 2. The Bombers would score an answer back in the top of the 3rd with 3 of their own, and that's where it's been ever since then. Ground ball over to 3rd. That one's going to get into left field. The runner took a double step there, throwing to 3rd, gets away. Nobody at home plate. And now 2 runners in scoring position. What an odd play. Olsen had got under his glove at 3rd. He went back to retrieve it and then almost threw it away for another run. But now 2 runners in scoring position now with just 1 out.
That lip right there where the dirt meets the grass on the infield is a dangerous lip. As we just saw, Olsen, that ball went right under his glove, and it just causes both runners to now get in scoring position. An unfortunate happening for Adam Eggert and the Bombers. They gotta do something here though with 1 out to try to minimize as many runs as possible.
They're going to call that a single and an advanced run, or an advanced base, for Dakota Hogan. No error as it did not hit his glove. But odd calling there, but they'll keep it as it is. 2 runners in scoring position now, and now Eggert working out of the windup. 1-0. That one driven into center field. Black has to retreat. It's able to make the play, but it'll be deep enough to get the runner in from 3rd, and the Cropdusters get an insurance run here in the 5th.
Big time inning here for the Cropdusters. They're taking advantage of those unfortunate plays over on the left side, and it's an easy way to score. Cropdusters now put the lead up by 3, and just slowly maximizing their lead, slowly improving their lead is exactly what the Cropdusters need to do if they want to keep this lead and build onto it and look for their first win of the Corn Belt season.
Anthony Comfort, that's his 2nd run of the day. He scored back in the 2nd after he reached on a hit by pitch. A single there, and then the sac fly drives him in as we see a first pitch swinging strike from Eggert. Easton Barnes drives that one to center field, straight up for Tanner Black, able to make the play for the 3rd out of the inning. 1 run on 2 hits, 1 runner left on base for the Cropdusters. When we come back in the top of the 6th for the Bombers, Braden Olsen, Rebecca Lair, and Phillip Jordan will try to answer back for the Bombers. We'll take a quick break here on the Corn Belt League Network. 6-3 now for the Cropdusters. Back here to start off the top of the 6th for the Bombers. It'll be the 3rd baseman, Braden Olsen, 2nd baseman, Rebecca Lair, and the left fielder, Phillip Jordan, trying to answer back after an insurance run for the Cropdusters after a couple odd plays. An odd unforced error, if you want to call it an error. They said it officially as a hit down the left field line. But an odd play from Braden Olsen that allowed the sac fly to center to bring in an additional run for the Cropdusters.
right here is a perfect time for Braden Olson to hopefully bring himself back up and prove himself from that costly, I wouldn't really say mistake because I still think it hit the lip, but great spot right here for Braden Olson to put his team back in a spot where they can hopefully get a lead and start maybe hopefully something going.
Eggert had a really strong start. Actually, they will flip that. It will be an error on Olson in that last inning. They will switch that, so the one run in the bottom of the fifth for the Cropdusters will not be earned for Eggert. And Eggert, I mean, he had a strong outing to start off his first 3 innings of work, trying to pick up where really Brendan Pike really struggled in those first inning and a third. And Eggert really doing a solid job, but has had a lot on him, really a lot on his shoulders to be able to keep it up here for the Bombers.
And it seems like with a pitcher doing that good and pitching that great, you always just want – you don't really ever want something bad to happen, but it always seems like something slight always sometimes happens, and it unfortunately did, and it gave the Cropdusters a little bit of an extra lead here, leading by 3 in the top of the 6th.
We'll see now another man in the bullpen for the Cropdusters, at least getting warm. I'm not sure if they'll actually bring in a guy here possibly for the 7th for the Cropdusters, but they've been pretty consistent with Thatcher Poteet. That arm side run in his fastball did a really good job right there. Looks like the swing there hit him. And it'll do the 1-2. Excuse me, they'll be fouled back here for the 1-2. But again, like you mentioned, that arm side run on that fastball has been doing really good work for Thatcher Poteet. His 3rd inning of work has 3 strikeouts so far in 2 innings of work. 1-2 here coming from Poteet. That one make it, drop 3rd strike, and they'll give him the tag. The 4th strikeout of the day for Thatcher Poteet. And once again, the bullpens really being the shining pieces of these 2 teams here today.
Both teams' bullpens currently cruising. Yes, you have Eggert having a little mix-ups right there, but currently Thatcher Poteet cruising through the top of the 6th, and last inning was the top of the 5th. Currently cruising with the strikeout already in this inning.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing to see here for really both of these pitching staffs, and more specifically the bullpens for these pitching staffs in Poteet as well as Eggert, they've really been able to control everything that's been given to them. The only mistakes they've really more or less given up have been mistakes in the defensive end against them. So it's been a really good job of being able to attack early, find yourself ahead early in counts, and here once again, Poteet ahead in the count 0-2 to Rebecca Lair. Lair 0 for 2 in the day, 2 strikeouts. And trying to get out of the way of seeing the hat trick. Poteet, that one swing and a miss. 3rd strikeout of the day for Rebecca Lair. Makes it the 5th strikeout in just 2 innings of work so far. 2 2/3 innings of work here for Thatcher Poteet.
Thatcher Poteet so far 2 strikeouts this inning. First one being on the slider in the dirt. That one gassing Rebecca Lair up with that fastball that he has. Working that two-pitch mix, like I said earlier, doing a great job with it. And they're currently leading with that 6-3 lead in the top of the 6th.
This one popped foul, but able to make the play in shallow right field is Blake Peabody. The Bombers go 1-2-3 in the top of the 6th. In the bottom of the 6th for the Cropdusters, we'll see Davis, Copeland, and Wickham trying to add some more insurance as we're in the later innings of this one. Take a quick break here on the Corn Belt League Network. The Cropdusters lead 6-3. the bottom of the 6th. As we'll see, Adam Eggert once again in his 5th inning of relief work. He's been pretty consistent. They flip back the last play on Olsen. They'll call it an error, so no currently earned runs against Eggert, 1 unearned run. And trying to really keep the Bombers in this game as he's been able to do really well so far in these last 5 innings. This one grounded over to shirt. Caleb Lemon throwing to first. High one, but able to make the play is Nico Saul. And the first out of the inning on 1 pitch. And once again, a really efficient start for Adam Eggert.
Great start for Adam Eggert in his 5th inning of work.
Now batting. The left
We'll see
fielder
how,
from
like you mentioned,
College,
I've seen
number
Eggert
11,
work really well,
Caleb
very efficiently, has worked over an 80% strike percentage, which is just incredible to see, especially out of the bullpen. And once again, maybe 2 pitches, 2 outs. Caleb Lemon throw on to first, once again high, but not in time. Able to beat it out was Caleb Coughlin, and now a runner on first with 1 out. So the infield single, back-to-back ground balls to Lemon at short. That one just not quite in time. Really about a half a step for Copeland to be able to get there in time. And now maybe something here in the latter innings for the Cropdusters to possibly add on some more to their 3-run lead. First pitch to the catcher Wickham is a ball. See how Adam Eggert once again can work here with some pressure. Got out of the inning with not a ton more damage back in the 2nd. Had a shutdown inning both in the 3rd and 4th. Had a little bit more of pressure put on him in the 5th with 1 run allowed after some couple really odd plays. An error on Braden Olson. Had runners at 2nd and 3rd with just 1 out. And a fly ball to center field for the sac fly from Trayton Kozel. Brought in the Cropdusters' 6th run. This one, fastball outside, move the count to 2-1. And really for, honestly, one of the first times today we've seen Adam Eggert behind in the count.
Yeah, one thing I will say about Adam Eggert that I do really like about his pitching is how well he can hold on a runner and how well he can keep the runner honest at first base. As you just saw that he looks over at the runner every single time he pitches. We have not seen a stolen base yet from the Cropdusters while Adam Eggert is pitching, and it just feels like that is something that really is keeping the Bombers in this game, is how well he's keeping the runners on, whether the runner's at first or second base. He's mixing in that slice up. He's mixing in a pickoff move, especially for a lefty. Such an easy pickoff move at first base, keeping the runner as honest as possible.
Won't have the 2-2 pitch. They get the runner caught in between the base pass. Pickle now here. And little no play. Miscommunication between the first baseman and Saul and the second baseman, Rebecca Lair. And somehow Caleb Copeland, after being dead in the water, gets to second base. Wow, a lot of miscommunication there and just breaks down. And now a runner in scoring position here for the Cropdusters with just 1 out. And like you mentioned, a lot of really good looks so far from Eggert at first. He's been able to mix his looks pretty consistently and did it well right there, but the defense has just not helped him out these last 2 innings. Trying to get one himself here. 2-2. That one driven up the middle. That one, no play is going to be made into shallow center field. Rebecca Lair is going to hold it, and another run comes in for the Cropdusters. It's now 7-3.
Just an unfortunate inning for Adam Eggert as he tried his best to get the runner at first base, just didn't get him with the miscommunication from first to second. I think I kind of might have talked that one into an existence there when I was talking about him holding runners on. It's just an unfortunate amount of plays that have happened in that ball up the middle, just not being able to get made. And a run scores for the Cropdusters to make the lead now 7-3.
And multiple really just odd, shallow shots have been able to drop for the Cropdusters, and that's helped them out here today. This one driven into center field. It'll chase Tanner Black back. He's able to catch it straight up for the second out of the inning. And now 2 gone here with a runner at first for the bottom of the order.
Running at first base, number 36, Cade Owens. Now doubting.
We'll see a pinch runner over there at first. Cade Owens with a little more speed to allow Wickham to get back catching-wise. We'll see the bottom of the order now at 9 and 10. Caleb Horner 0 for 1 on the day with a hit by pitch back in the second. And a pop out to the first baseman back in the fourth. Throw on to second, not in time. Cade Owens easily gets there at second. And now another runner in scoring position here with 2 outs. Eggert, 2 runs allowed these last 2 innings. Last run in the 5th unearned. This one earned so far, but the defense has really not helped him out so far in these last 2 innings. And the Cropdusters, after seeing the Bombers work momentum more to their side, have gotten it back on the Cropdusters' end, now leading by 4. 1-1 pitch here to Horner. That one in the dirt. Beautiful play behind the dish from Gage Julin to keep it in front of him.
Cropdusters just slowly breaking this game open in the bottom of the 6th inning with the current lead by 4. It seems like it's just those little plays that are just breaking down for the Bombers. It's just those little things that aren't going right for them is why they're not leading in this game.
2-1 pitch here with 2 outs. This one fouled back, leaving the count at 2-2. And Eggert, a strike away from trying to get out of this inning without any more damage done by the Cropdusters. Eggert here, coming with his 54th pitch in relief. Checks back at second, and a look back at Owens. Owens getting a shifty lead out there at second. I already saw the stolen base from him. Owens, a Millard West alum, currently a sophomore, was a freshman, will be a sophomore at Southeast Community College. They're using him as a pinch runner here today. Swing and a miss right there. Eggert with another strikeout here in the inning and able to get out of it with 2 much more. However, the Cropdusters add an additional insurance run. We head to the bottom of the 7th. Last chance for the Bombers, down 7-3. Beautiful night here at J.J. Isaacson Field. Hopefully we see some of the weather patterns go north of us that we were expecting to see here tonight. Our latter game of the night, the Haymakers and the Red Raiders, 2 1-0 teams, trying to add on to their fast start here in the Corn Belt League. Last chance here for the Bombers. It'll be 9-1-2 for them. Joey Burrill, Tanner Black, and Caleb Lemon. And if Burrill can get on here, I think this is a really good chance for the Bombers at least make some noise. The top of the order here today in Black and Lemon have been very consistent and hopefully trying to get something going as they've seen Poteet for the 2nd time here today. First pitch in there for strike 1. I think if you're looking at this mindset, the Bombers, you lost game 1 in blowout fashion. You're looking to possibly keep this one a little bit closer here against the Cropdusters. What's the mentality here and the final opportunity for them?
big thing right here is anything counts. You got to go for Team ABs here. You're not going for those big hits, those extra base hits. You're looking for anything. If you can get hit, you need to get hit by the baseball. If you can get any chance of getting on base, you got to take it because you're at the bottom of the lineup, and then right after this, you have the starting top of the lineup, and that's exactly what you want here in the last inning of work. And so I think for the Bombers right here, anything helps. Anything that you can get, any opportunity that you can get is what you need to take.
Burrell looks at a 1-1 fastball outside for ball 2. 2-1 pitch here coming from Poteet. That one driven into left field. Will it get down fair? It won't. Just about 2 feet foul. Possibly a big opportunity right there from Burrell as he'll come back. He's holding there at first. There's still no call if that one was fair or foul. And the umpire finally now calls that one foul. That was kind of an odd setup. Both teams were looking at the umpire to see what the final call was. There wasn't one. But Burrell will come back now, looking here at the 2-2. Poteet in his 4th inning of work. Both bullpen pitchers. Both teams so far will, at least as of now, work 2 pitchers here today. And both of the guys coming out of the bullpen will go longer than their starters. This will be the 4th inning for Poteet. Ground ball over to third. Logan Davis throw on to first. Not in time. And an early base runner here for the Bombers. And last chance for them trying to get something started. And the 9-hole hitter, after being 0 for 2 today, gets on here with nobody out and looks like we're going to have a meeting at the mound.
That is the exact start that the Bombers needed for the top of the 7th. And now you have Tanner Black up to the plate, top of the order with no outs. Looks like that will be Thatcher Poteet today. Nonetheless, Thatcher Poteet with one of the greatest bullpen release that we've seen so far this season. Maybe besides C.J. Fleeman yesterday for the Filth Ballers. But great job for Thatcher Poteet this whole game to keep them in the game with a lead as he goes out with the Cropdusters leading 7-3.
Braxton Wilhelm will be the new pitcher out of Dakota Wesleyan University. We'll take a quick break and get you a more in-depth look at Wilhelm once we come back. Back here after the pitching change, Wilhelm out of Dakota Wesleyan University is from Highland High School in Idaho. And is trying to close this one down as the Bombers are back at the top of the order here as that big swing and a miss is from Tanner Black, the center fielder. Black 0 for 2 on the day with a strikeout back in the first, hit by pitch in the third, and a ground ball out to the shortstop in the fourth. 0-1 pitch is outside for ball 1, evens it back up at 1 apiece. The Bombers need 4 here to keep this ball game going. Of course, they do score 4, and the Cropdusters cannot score in the bottom of the 7th. We will go to an 8th. We will not go past a 9th. As much as traditionalists like me doesn't like a tie, there is a possible tie scenario here in the Corn Belt League. The Bombers going to have a long way to go to come back in this one. They're at the right part of the order to be able to do it. 2-1 pitch. That one upstairs for ball 3. And now Wilhelm in trouble here of having 2 runners on the bases with nobody out.
Once again, if you're a Bombers, this is exactly what you want right here. You're ahead in the count as a hitter, and you just – there's a big foul ball.
Yeah, that one driven way foul down the left field line and out of play and move the count full. Big 3-2 pitch coming here to Tanner Black. Joey Burrill at first base, he reached on an infield single before the pitching change. Poteet's day is done. It's now Wilhelm, 3-2 pitch. That one is fouled off and out of play once again. And we'll get another 3-2 pitch. It'll make it the 8th pitch of the at-bat. Umpire looking for a ball here to keep this one going. I think here, if you're Caleb Lemon, who is on deck currently, if you're Wilhelm, you do not want to give a free pass right now to one of the hottest hitters that we've seen in the Corn Belt League these past 2 days.
Most definitely. Lemon so far 3 for 3 in this game. One of the most hottest hitters we've seen so far. And I would for sure definitely be scared if I walk this guy right here. Lemon gets in the box. You got 2 runners on with no outs. That's not the situation that you want to have.
Like you mentioned, Lemon 3 for 3 on the day with 2 singles and a double. Was caught stealing back in the 5th, trying to test Wickham's arm behind the plate. Now we'll see here another 3-2, the 9th pitch of the at-bat. And Black doing a really good job of working even deeper into this Cropduster bullpen. Big swing and a miss. A big strikeout right there from Braxton Wilhelm. And 1 out now for the hottest hitters, like we mentioned, in Caleb Lemon, trying to keep the Bombers going here in the 7th.
Big time strikeout right there for Caleb Wilhelm. Just exactly what you needed with that curveball in the dirt. 3-2 pitch, beautifully placed pitch, makes it 1 out on the board. Double play right here could end the ball game.
Poteet ends his day with 5 strikeouts in 3 innings of work. Did not allow an earned run. And was very consistent with that arm side running fastball. 3rd pitcher of the day here for the Cropdusters. This one flown out into right field. Hard play as Burns able to make it out there and right. Had to come on and charge on that one, but able to make the play for the 2nd out. And the Bombers are now down to their final out here in this one.
Wilhelm doing a beautifully job coming in the 7th inning, trying to close this game out. Does it with 2 outs, beautifully placed pitch, gets him with a fly out to right field, down to the last out.
Fastball in there for strike 1 to Brennan Cassio. Cassio 1 for 3 on the day with a single. Back in the 3rd, he would come around to score. And also 2 strikeouts, 1 in the 1st and 1 in the 5th. Trying to be the last hope here for the Bombers. That one, diving play, unable to make it, was Dakota Hogan out there at 2nd. Throw goes into 3rd. Burrill will stay at 2nd. Now 2 runners on for the first baseman and Nico Saul. A diving play by Dakota Hogan. Just didn't quite time the dive up correctly at 2nd, and they got into right field. Burrill thought about going 1st to 3rd, but with 2 outs here in the 7th, didn't test the arm of Barnes out there in right. And we'll see now if Nico Saul can keep the train moving here with 2 outs. Wilhelm chucks back at 2nd. This one popped up. This could be it. Shallow left center field, Tilton back, and makes the play for the final out. A threat does come to pass from the Bombers here in the 7th. And the Cropdusters get their first win in franchise history. A 7-3 win over the Bombers. And they will move to 1-1. They'll be back Thursday for another matchup. And the Bombers will do the same A big win for the Cropdusters, 7-3 to final. We'll take a quick break here on the Corn Belt League Network. We'll come back with a post-game interview with our player of the game tonight and get you to our nightcap, the Red Raiders and the Haymakers. Here back post-game as the Cropdusters take down the Bombers for their first win of the season and first win of program history, 7-3 over the Bombers. I am with our player of the game, Thatcher Poteet. 3 innings of relief work, only 3 hits allowed, 5 strikeouts, and no earned runs. You come into a spot to where you start off with Anthony Comfort, really strong first 2 innings. He struggles a little bit in that third. What was your mindset going into that fourth?
Honestly, my mindset was just kind of help my team be in a good place to win, and it seems like that's what happened as a whole.
So overall, I mean, this group being really an entirely new group for this team, first season for the Cropdusters, what was it like being able to get that first win of the season for you guys?
It was very cool, for sure. I mean, I'm just glad we were able to get out with a win, and I'm very excited for the rest of the summer because I feel like this is just a trend set, and I feel like we will get a lot more wins coming through.
I think looking on the hitting end of things, I think the biggest thing for you guys is just being able to keep things going, keep things moving. 4 different singles that just were able to propel that 4-run third inning for you guys. What do you feel has really been the mindset hitting-wise for you guys' team to be able to help you as well as the other pitchers on this group?
Honestly, I don't know. I mean, our guys just go up there and try to produce, and that's what it seemed like it happened today, especially in that big inning in the second, I believe. And it was just from there we just rolled.
So for you, I mean, this is one of the smallest teams that we see here in the Corn Belt League. Only 17 guys, only 6 guys listed as pitchers for this team. How important it has been for you as well as the rest of this pitching staff to stay efficient with a limited number of guys available to be able to pitch?
I mean, it's been very hard, but, I mean, we've all been put into pretty good situations, and we just have to perform in that aspect.
All right, thank you so much, Thatcher.
Thank
Win
you.
here for the Cropdusters. We'll have our nightcap here in just a moment here on the Corn Belt League Network. The Red Raiders and the Haymakers right after this.